In life, we learn to upgrade our knowledge. We test our skills by accepting certain challenges, which brings our character development. And that's when I'm excited to share my recent completion of hospitality analysis, a resume project challenge from Code Basics. And I've designed the outline of this video. Let's begin with company overview. AtliQ Grants is one who creates and delivers something of value to the people of who needs and wants at the price they are willing to pay and brings that customer satisfaction, and also it brings profit. This leads to a company owner to continue this business operations. And that is why AtliQ Grants is a prominent and prestigious five-star hotel chain in India for over 20 years. In addition to that, they have multiple luxury properties across major metropolitan hubs. Let's look at the business locations of AtliQ Grants they are operating in India. First is Mumbai, followed up with Hyderabad, then Bangalore, and last we have Delhi. In addition to that, to give different experiences to customers in hotels, they have the categories which consist of luxury and business. Luxury means to give a premium experiences to the customer, and business is for the corporate people, corporate efficiency and travel. Furthermore, we have the room class for luxury properties and also for business properties, which consist of elite, premium, residential, and standard. Furthermore, we are in the problem statement. As I mentioned it earlier, AtliQ is a prominent and prestigious luxury hotel chain in India for 20 years. But due to some strategic error and ineffective decision making from the team management, they faced loss. Yes, they have lost their market share in hospitality industries. Even more, they do not have data analytics team to provide these insights. And that's where I provide my value to my organization. I'm Vishnuram Sachin, data analyst. My role is to solve the problem by collecting all the data and presenting in a way to be understood about the company's performances and provide these insights to company stakeholders. So they utilize all these data and make effective decisions for the future of the company. Now let's get into the dashboard of hospitality analysis. And now we are at the home page of hospitality analysis project. And before getting into the detailed insight about this project, I'll pinpoint few things here. In left, you can see that I've added the last date of refresh, and in right corner, you can see the information panel and support panel. If you need any further guidance, you can check that panel. And the best part about this home page is that these icons I've added here acts as a page navigator, so which helps you to land on that specific page. Home page gives you a solid understanding or the basic idea about before getting into this project, and in that way I've added the description of the specific visual. You can read that for further info, for further guidance, and you can click on at any order, like you can click on booking analysis revenue at any order, but in the hierarchical process I'll begin with performance overview. And before getting into this analysis, I forgot to add in the information panel that this AtliQ Grants, the weekday starts from Sunday till Thursday, and the weekend starts from Friday and Saturday. So this is the things that we need to keep in mind. Remember that and do not forget that the weekday starts from Sunday to till Thursday, and weekend starts from Friday and Saturday. So this is the information. And now let's get into the detailed analysis of this hospitality project. I've added the KPI charts here, which gives you a quick in short about the overall performance of the company, and you can check the abbreviations below that I've used those in this project. You can hover on the specific KPI chart, which that helps you to load a tooltip, which is a short chart that shows you the additional details about that. You can hover on the KPI at any KPI chart, and In right, we can see the revenue by category. As I mentioned it earlier, we have two properties, luxury and business, and you can see in this chart that luxury is performed well, which gives contributes $1 billion. As I mentioned it earlier, that AtliQ Grands promises and delivers it. So they promises to give the premium experience to the customer, and that is why it reflects in revenue. And this is the trend by key metrics chart, which is the comparison between ADR, RevPAR, and occupancy percentage. So it tells you about ADR. You can see this blue color dotted line, which is flat. It tells you about the pricing is fixed in maybe different properties or in different cities. The properties, the price of the hotel rooms is fixed, that you can see. That is why this is the flat lines. And the occupancy percentage vary based on, in some weekday there is high in occupancy, and some weekend or in some particular day there is low in occupancy. Maybe adjusting the price based on that low in demand increases the occupancy percentage. But we need to look at the more in data to tell about the more additional info. And if we look at below, you can see the property by key metrics to know about how that specific property in that specific city is performing. And we can see that revenue, that AtliQ Exotica from Mumbai is contributing more, which is a market leader around all the properties, and the average rating is also high. And also, if we come to this chart, realization percentage and area by platform. So the area and the realization for the specific platform is literally the same, but the average daily ratings differ from platform to platform. And this is all about the overall performance of the company overview. And to navigate to the next visual, you don't need to land to the home page and go. In this specific visual, you can see this particular icon. If you hover on it, it tells analysis panel. So this, which if you click that panel, it helps you to navigate on any specific visualization that you need to. And moreover, you can see this logo, which means the filter panel. If you applied any filter here, will apply to this page, and also it connects this filter to the next visualization too. You can remove it by clicking this. And this is all about the performance overview. Now let's move on to the revenue analysis. So this page tells you about how the company is performing in terms of financially. And from that perspective, you can see in this left chart revenue by day type. So this tells you about how the company is performing in day type. Like you can see that in weekday, company is performing more than $1 billion in revenue, which is really good. And weekend is good, but we need to improve in weekend. And you can see in this chart is revenue by month. It tells you about where the revenue is stuck, where it needs to be improved. In that questions to be answered, you can see there is a dip in May 18, and there is a 2 dip in June, and we have a dip in July. So why there is a decrease in revenue in that specific date? We need to make some decision to improve that. You can see because these dates are the peak decrease. So we need to make decisions, and we need to take that decision to apply here. And furthermore, let's move on to the revenue by bookings status. As the overall transaction, maybe not every transaction will be successful. Some may check out, but some may cancel. So in that, to show that revenue, I have added this donut chart here. And if you look at this revenue by room class, it tells you, as I mentioned it earlier, room class is consists of four, from the luxury properties and business properties. And you can see the elite room class is performing well, followed up with premium, residential, and standard. If you look below, it tells you the overall revenue of that room class. But If you look at the chart below, it tells you about in that specific room class what city has performed well, and you can get the answer that Mumbai is the market leader. But the thing we need to notice that Hyderabad is where they have not performed. They are the least marketer in Elite and also in Standard, but they have significantly improved in presidential. We need to appreciate that and we need to acknowledge that. And also we need to look at the Bangalore. They were the second market leader in Elite, Premium and Standard, but they have decreased their revenue in presidential. So Bangalore needs to be improved. And this is RevPAR by city, which tells you about revenue per available room in city. So based on it, it tells you about how much revenue is getting from that particular room. And always the market leader is Mumbai, and Bangalore and Delhi are performing consistently the same, but the improvements needs to come from the city Hyderabad. And I've added the top 3 revenue by property name and bottom 3 property name. So it helps you that why this company or why this property is performing low, what strategies that they failed to adapt, or what strategies they have missed it. We can get to know this chart, and this is all about this revenue analysis. I'll move on with the next page called booking analysis. Though this page tells you about the overall booking analysis of the hospitality analysis. And if you look at that, I have mentioned the charts here, which 70% checked out, 25% cancelled out, and 5%. To explain that, overall 100% of the transaction, the 70% of the audience is successfully booked and they have checked out it. But remaining percentage from from that 100, which is 30 percentage, 25 percentage is cancelled and 5 percentage is no show. We have to look at why 25 percentage people have cancelled. We have to get that data and improve from our side. If it is from our side, we need to improve that as well. And if you look below, it is a chart like total checked out, total cancelled, total show, no show by daytime and category. As I told, we have two categories: luxury property and business property. You can click, you can know that which category has performed well in booking. And in this chart, it tells you about the bookings by weekday and or weekend. As we know, the revenue is higher from the weekday, which implies that weekday suggests the good in booking. If you click that weekday, it tells you about which bookings are from which category. As you know, this 40 plus 24 is 64, which that tells you in this chart. So the combination weekday and weekend is the data that have been inserted here. You can look that data, but the thing needs to be noticed is that if you look the cancel percentage for weekend, for weekday is 24.98 and for the weekend is 24.52. So the cancel percentage is higher on the weekday. So we need to improve if if the mistake is on say our side. And I've added the total bookings by month, and in this chart it tells you about in May month we have more bookings, which is significantly higher than June and July. And in this chart tells you about the booking percentage by platforms. So first we have others and we have other platforms as well. But if you look at others, we don't have that detailed data. It could be more than 20 platforms in others. It could be more than 30. We don't have that exact count of the platforms, but the combination of that platforms contributed 40% of the booking. But if you look at as a single platform, Make Your Trips has contributed the 20% out of 100% of bookings, which is we have to acknowledge that. And this chart tells you about the city key metrics. If you wanted to look in detail about which city is contributed or which city is getting the total bookings or the total cancelled bookings, you can look further. And you can see I've added the average ratings here, which tells you about the ratings of that specific city. If you click this average rating, it tells you about Delhi has performed well. It has received high average rating when compared to others. We know that Mumbai is the market leader, but that in ratings it is in third place, which is surprising. But if you look Hyderabad, it is at the second at the average ratings. But when you look at the RevPAR by city, revenue per available room, Hyderabad was the least performing city. So to improve that, maybe they need to improve the pricing strategies, because they have a good audience, they have the good feedback in that specific city. They need to improve the cost, which helps them to capture the market. And Delhi has also has a chance to capture the market, which can increase in their sales as well. And this is all about this video. And I wanted to thank Dhaval Patel sir, Hemanand Odibe sir and Team Core Basics for providing me this opportunity. And I've documented all this project resources attached in the folder, which you can find in this description below. And you can look at how the process behind how I did this project. And thanks for watching till the end. Thank you.